It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, baby.
All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 31 of
Because 30
Controversy.
did win.
31. Same age as me.
Okay,
I'm happy that the gang's all here because I just feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot of times, maybe am I sitting back like too relaxed, just like
yeah, sit your ass up.
sorry. Like I got real comfortable.
When Drewski when somebody come into Could Have Been Records. Sit up.
I was comfortable. Like this seat kind of don't have a tall enough back. Like it doesn't. So when I lean back, it just be like this. So
This is as back as I can go. This chair don't.
Yeah, this seat I could literally lean my whole body back. But
this is a Wayfair chair. So if I lean back, I'm gonna be on the floor. It was just
Wayfair, just what I need. Is that it?
Wayfair, just what I need. Yeah, wait until Wayfair sell you some fucking doll furniture.
I thank God I haven't had that experience.
That shit happened.
I'm lying. My couch. I ordered a couch from there, and it was doll furniture.
That shit happened to me. I ordered an office chair. That shit was Harper size. I was like, when the box came, I was like, oh, well, maybe, it has like a different kind of legs in the box, because I was like, it's no way. I put that chair together. I tried to sit at my desk. I was damn near on the floor. All you could see at the top of my desk was like my neck and up. I was just like, this is some bullshit. Fucking Wayfair.
I want a standing desk so bad because I get tired of sitting down. My ass be hurting.
Costco.
Yeah.
Costco got an S at the end.
Huh?
I mean, we added S to everything.
Yes. Costco.
Costco's, Wegmans is.
Wegmans.
What else we be saying?
Giants, Walmart.
Giants. Nordstrom's.
Nordstrom's.
I don't say Target. I say the Target and the Walmart.
Target is what I say. All day.
Yeah, I gotta go to the Target and the Walmart.
But that Nordstrom's.
Every time.
And y'all know I'm a Nordstrom's girly. Nordstrom's.
So anyway, at the Costco's, they do sell standing desks. At one point, like they were like only $200.
Yeah, I don't think standing desks are expensive.
I need me a what is it called? A stipend for my desk setup.
I do feel like I agree. I feel like jobs that allow you to work from home, especially jobs that are fully remote, like they don't have an office at all. Like, yeah, you could give your employees like a stipend to make sure that they have an adequate functioning desk setup.
Because what is it called? Ergonomics? Ergonomic stipend?
An ergonomic chair or something? Yeah.
This is true. Pay my cable bill.
You get your standing desk in that little like walking treadmill. You be on the move.
Yeah.
You be on the fucking move. But anyway, does anyone want to give a life update, or should we just roll into the shit?
We're here. We're square. I've been having vivid dreams, but I haven't been eating whipped creams. I don't know why I've been having these dreams, and they've been so strange. They are like, I'm a Google my dreamer, and a lot of them make sense. So like, what's going on in like my actual life? But I'm having some very strange dreams. I told y'all like my other life update stuff on the back end, but my birthday's coming up, so I'm trying to be in a celebratory mood. I got my hair done. I scheduled my Korean bath scrub for next week. I was gonna go to this place, right? It's in Brooklyn. It's a bathhouse. I think it's called Brooklyn Bathhouse. There's one in Flatiron and there's one in Williamsburg, actually. And I was reading like, why are y'all all right?
A bathhouse. Only thing I know about bathhouses is that's where the freaky shit go down. So
No.
Yeah,
Oh
that's the
my
only thing I know about a
Lord.
bathhouse. That's why I'm like, excuse
It's
me.
not that kind of place. No, the one in Brooklyn is really cute. I've been seeing a lot of like content creators I know go there, and like this girl, she works for Essence. She went there, and I was like, oh, maybe I should slide. But they were either booked or they didn't have time slots that I needed, and I was like, for me to drive all the way to Brooklyn from here to be in traffic, to have to find parking, to be there at 10 a.m. is not gonna happen. So I'm gonna go to the Palisades, which is like similar drive, but I'm still gonna be in Jersey. I'm gonna go to King Spa, and they do. It's like the King Spa that's in Maryland or Virginia, whatever part that is. Is similar to that. So I wasn't able to book a massage, but I did book me a nice little Korean bath scrub. Because I feel like when it comes to spas, you really need to stick to what the places know. So like people who live in tri-state area, people know Sojo. I went there to get a prenatal massage. They're good. They're kind of set up like King Spa, but they are good at massages. Like I wouldn't go to a place like King Spa or like a facility like that to get anything but like body scrubs. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go enjoy the facility. They're also like half the price of some of these other places. Like they be charging $150 for a day pass. Who paying that? Not me. For a sauna and some sand. No, thank you. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna do that for my birthday, and I'm gonna go out to eat at night. I tried to get these reservations for this one bar, but I didn't get those. But I'm excited for my birthday because it's gonna force me to go out. Because right now I just want to be a recluse. I want to just like be to myself. So it's been a hectic month or so. So I'm excited about just like entering my last year of my 20s.
well, good. I'm glad. I want you to get out of the house. You can't spend your 45th birthday inside. Like, come on.
I wanted to.
No,
Not the 45th.
no.
You know, I'm good for being like, I'll just book a hotel.
That is your favorite thing. Like, I want you to get something different. Do
Everybody
something.
has cursed me out.
You
It
would
got
do
so bad that somebody
that.
else planned my birthday for me. Like
Yeah,
somebody
like
made the reservations.
go do yes, get out, do some things, turn 45 in style, and have a blast.
Well, y'all know me a birthday the next
Practice
weekend.
your shooting.
Girl, I'm gonna be doing something because I don't think I'm gonna be drunk. Like I don't because I haven't been drinking like that. But
That's exactly when you be drunk.
I'm gonna be a straight shooter on my birthday. We'll see what happened on the night of my birthday, the evening. I'm not gonna say night because that insinuates too much, but I'm gonna see what happened. But I'm really, really more excited about Mia's 5th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Like her pictures came back, all the edits for her pictures came back, and I'm just like, I feel like I need to go print these out and just hang them around the house because they are
No,
so
like
cute.
the picture that you sent us is like
So
if
cute.
the picture captured Mia in one photo, that is the picture. Like it was so good. I love that. Like I might have to copy you and get Harper like a like personal photo shoot that's not like school photos.
She
Because
need a personality pic.
Mm-hmm.
girl, you don't know what personality you're gonna get that day with that one.
But that's the best part because even like with Mia, we did 4 different shots, like 4 different like focuses for the photo shoot, and it was all stuff I thought that like I wouldn't have to try to like pose her for. I didn't say smile. I gave her shoes. I gave her a cupcake. I gave her the mirror with the robe, and she just did everything. Like I didn't have to direct her, and I feel like that is perfect. Like I think kids really do need personality shots because all we got was like fucking sailor outfit. And if you didn't take a picture of a sailor outfit,
Oh, you got your Sears or your JC Penney's photo shoot.
Yeah.
You got multiple. You got siblings. Like my siblings, we definitely got our little JC Penney photos, and it's so
But
crazy.
they wasn't personality shots. They was with the backdrops, and you was.
But no, like when I look at it, no, it's hella personality in those shots. Like
Oh my Lord.
I remember when we went to do it, like 2 notable photo shoots. I remember my brother got like his first pictures done, like he was like 1-ish or something, and this nigga fell. I remember that. I was just like, it was one of those moments that everybody was just like, the fuck is happening? I vividly remember that.
He fell off what?
The little table that they had him sitting on. He's a faller.
Did he cry?
Yes. He cried, but it was like one of those, as soon as you picked him up, he kind of like got back over it, got there, got the pictures. But there was that one. And then when we took like our sibling pictures, my sister wouldn't smile.
Oh my God.
So the only picture that is halfway decent, one, she's frowning in every photo. One of my grandmothers has the frowning photo in her living room. And the only one where she partially smiled is she's laying on my chest and just like, and that's it.
You know how pissed I would be as a parent? Because you know how much
I know my mom was hot. And that's why she was just like, just do it. Just hurry up so we can get the fuck out of here. Because she was so difficult that day. Literally about to piss me off. So I want to do like some pictures with Harper, matte personality. Because I have matte frames that I bought to put in our hallway. We got it repainted because she done colored on every wall. So now that the paint is done, I actually need to pick photos to put in them. But y'all know I love a black and white photo.
Change your house, yes.
You know I love me a black and white photo, so they will be black and white. But I want like a mixture of like old pictures, new pictures, and I feel like I'll use that wall I'll constantly change them. I don't want it to be like, oh, these are the pictures that have been here for 45 years. Like, no, okay, 3 years have passed. We done mad shit in 3 years. Let's shake them up. Let's put some different pictures up here.
Yeah,
I thought about doing because I like black and white and gold frames. Like that's my thing, gold or wooden frames. And I wanted to do pictures of all my loved ones in black and white, and then do the pictures of me and Mia in color.
Oh, where should I send my photo? To your Gmail?
I'll send a family photo to make it fair. You know,
no,
I should have not said nothing. She about to send me a picture of her. Like,
I can send you. I have plenty. I can send you one right now. You want like a LinkedIn style photo? Like I can.
I have a picture of you, me, you, I, and Harper, and yeah, us and the kids.
It's her.
Us and the kids, and then I got the picture of me, you, and Sierra.
See, boom. All right, long as I make the cut.
My Lord. I stole the idea from my god sister. She got a gallery. She got like 6 siblings, and she got a gallery wall of us, all her siblings. And I was like, "This is nice. This is cute. Like it's a really nice gallery wall." She used like the little templates to. I didn't know people did stuff like that. Okay, my mother just had frames everywhere, and it just.
I am in the process of like turning house to home, kind of thing. So. I thought like by the end of this year, like every room in my house would be done, but I'll give myself to next year because I be having complicated designs in my head, and y'all know I don't do anything unless I have a full plan in place. I'm talking from like wallpaper. I'm like, one room, I'm like, I feel like I want to paint the ceiling or put the wallpaper on the ceiling in this particular room. But I need to have the paint color, the wallpaper, the any kind of furniture, the exact comforter color. Like I need to visually be able to see all aspects of the design before I just pull the trigger and start doing it.
See, I feel like I'm one of them people, if I can't get it all done in like a day or a weekend, I'm going to get frustrated because I need to see it. Like if I see it in my head, I need to see it.
Yeah, like as long as I have like a plan, I'm good. Like it took me forever for my office just because I couldn't figure out the wallpaper. I knew I wanted a dark floral wallpaper, but finding the right wallpaper took me a minute. So I was like, well, I'm not going to paint the room or buy any extra furniture until I know what this wallpaper is going to look like because I wanted it to be the focal point. So as soon as I found the wallpaper, I ordered a roll of it for like a sample. Immediately when I saw it, the next day I went and bought paint. So I was like, okay, cool. I got this. I had like a ton of paint swatches all over the walls. And ever so often I'll walk by, snatch one off. Like, I hate that color. That looks dumb. And then I was like, all right, boom. Once I narrowed that,
like
everything else was easy. And I knew, I was like, boom, I got it. So the vision has to come to life. Like I have to be able to find the products that are in my brain.
Yeah, with me, I feel like every couple months to a year, I be wanting to like refresh or redesign. So I didn't really, when we moved into our spot now, like I didn't really overly decorate. It's very like minimal, but with personality. You know what I'm saying? But now I want to kind of like refresh, but I don't know what I want. So I've just been thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, first of all, how much do I want to spend? Because obviously we're not going to be here that much longer. So I don't know. I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah. I feel
I
like,
think that came to mind the other day because I was thinking about how I was so focused on, okay, I know that I want to buy a house, so I wasn't buying anything for where I am now. And y'all know my wardrobe, the whole thing just collapsed. Like it fell apart. So now I have to buy furniture. So now I'm
Mhm.
like, all right, let me start thinking about like what kind of furniture I
You would
want.
want long term.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm just gonna have to have it because these are things that I have to change immediately. I can't live with clothes everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta change it. So I would say like, you can definitely make where y'all at homey or like keep stuff and like swap stuff out because you're gonna have more rooms once y'all decide to have more children and expand, like get a different space,
Mm-hmm.
put the stuff in storage because you never know, you might be able to reuse stuff like curtains you can always swap out for a different room, like if that's
Yeah.
something that you want to make, or like if you want to add an extra chair, like I would say just go for it because I think not doing that has made me just uncomfortable. Like I just hate, sometimes I'll be up here and I'll be like, I need to do something to this damn place
I know.
because
I know.
it's giving closet.
Yeah.
It's giving closet, not bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
So
think
yeah.
it just makes you like appreciate where you live
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
more. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I can actually decorate this. Pretty much our downstairs outside of like construction that we need to do. I feel like the downstairs is pretty much is done. Like only little
Mm-hmm.
things that, well, no, everything would require some kind of construction. Like pendant lights in my kitchen, I need to have an electrician come and do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I can't physically do those things myself. I need to have a wall built. I need a shower built in a bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different thing. And those are just like waiting because they're expensive. It's going to be expensive to put a
Mm-hmm.
shower down there. So
Yeah.
it's like those
Right.
things are,
You putting a shower down? Oh, because you're making that a guest room.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
the back room, I want to make it another like guest room. So I feel like it would be better to have a shower
Mm-hmm.
downstairs. So it's
Mm-hmm.
right next to it. You don't have to go through the whole house to get upstairs to the shower, have a
Mm-hmm.
shower right then and there. So I'm trying to just like, I know that's what I want it to be there. And then I've been thinking about the design of the bathroom. And in my mind, the bathroom is going to be all black, top to
I
bottom.
like that. I
Solid,
like
Moody.
that.
like not solid black, like it'll be black with whatever I want to put on the wall is gonna kind of be a little bit of like 3D, but I want the
Mm-hmm.
ceiling black, the baseboard, I want everything black in the bathroom.
I like that.
Like,
I
Mm-hmm.
think for me, when it comes to like decor, it's like it's not that I don't have an idea of what I want it to look like, but also like functionality, especially having a
Mm-hmm.
kid. Like, yes, this is cute, but it's not gonna last. Prime example, my couch. I love my couch. It's cute, it's a nice size for the space, but it's very light. It's like ivory white. And granted, the kid isn't the one messing it up. It's people sitting on it with their black pants and blue jeans that I can't get the stains out.
yeah,
So that
Yeah, the
so
rug,
it's
the
kind of
banana
like,
material.
yeah, so it's like I in my head I see the things that I want, but it's like, how long is this gonna last? Is this gonna be functional? No. Okay, move on to the next idea. Or
yeah.
even
Mm-hmm.
the fact of like Celine's toys. Like I have toy boxes for her, but it's like it's still
She's not at that.
giving.
She's not at that stage where it's like she's gonna be putting her toys away. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I feel like certain things, like even like with us, our couch, we've had that couch since Harper was born, and I'm just like, until she's out of the phase of really like spilling shit all over the place, I'm not buying a new couch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I buy a new couch, I'm gonna be upset if you ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like for
Mm-hmm.
right now, the couch does what it's supposed to do. We clean it. It's just like she gets syrup on the couch. Why is syrup on the couch?
Your
Mm-hmm.
kids in these hands.
So
You
it's
just be
just
like,
like we just keep a little carpet cleaner, clean it, ever so often to keep it like freshed up. And
mm-hmm.
that's it. When time comes that, okay, we can actually get a new sofa, then I'll replace the sofa. So everything that's downstairs right now, I kind of all base it off of generally I like the same color furniture. So when I replace the couch, it'll
Mhm.
probably be a couch of same similar color, so I won't have to change everything else. But I do know,
Mhm.
like, when kids are small, it's like, nope, not doing that. Just like the
Yeah.
carpet in my house, I will not change this carpet. I need to schedule someone to come out and professionally clean it, but I'm not changing this carpet until she's out of the stage that she's in right now. She is just Play-Doh and slime, and
Yeah.
she spilled Gatorade on the carpet. So now in her playroom, there's a big little pink red stain. When we get out of that phase, then I'll buy new carpet. But
Mhm.
not a day before, because I can't keep having you ruin shit.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's gonna
Yeah.
send me up a wall.
That's true.
But yeah,
It's true.
such is life with children.
Sierra,
What?
update.
Oh, I don't have an update. My update is that I've been looking at furniture.
Um,
Honestly,
oh,
yeah.
I applied to join a board.
A board of
Wait,
what?
what?
Directors?
Yes, for
Okay.
an organization. Just trying to network.
Okay, Mara.
Well, that's good.
And then the
You're getting
same day
out
I
there.
applied, I went on TikTok, and this girl was talking about, if you want to be around some money, you need to join a board. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah, them county boards.
all right.
Mhm.
We'll see if they like me, if they think I'm interested, they think I'm cute.
Okay, so that was fun. 20 minutes of talking about furniture. We love it.
Mhm.
Here's
Old
our
bitch.
no. So like a couple weeks ago, like Michelle brought up a topic or like a video, or I don't know at this point, something of I guess more so about like asking people that are close to you what they really think about you, and not from a space of like, oh, I just want to like shit on you, but
Mhm.
really,
Mhm.
what would those people tell you about yourself, and how do you, and I guess in your process of self-work is how I took it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Is like, I think I've said it before, like I'm just in the space of like being really big on like self-reflection and seeing like how I operate in certain spaces and how I can change behavior that I'm aware of or even I'm unaware of. And I think
Mhm.
sometimes it's good to have those people closest to you. Like, this is not an exercise that you should do with every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Right.
This is strictly reserved for those people in your close-knit circles to be able to say, hey, we've been friends for 10 plus years, whatever. Love you
Mhm.
down, love you to death. However,
Mhm.
these are areas that I feel like you could improve.
Mhm.
And here's
Right.
why I think that. And just being open and receptive to the conversation. So we are going to do that exercise here. Don't take no deep breath. You brought it up.
Just
Did.
kidding. No, I was joking, but I think it's also important to see what people around you think, because sometimes we have some conflated idea of who we are, and that's not how we're showing up in our relationships. So I think
Or sometimes we just avoid certain aspects of ourselves.
yeah. Yeah.
Because we
Mhm.
don't want to deal with that. Like,
And that's how the
Mhm.
conversation came up to me, because I think that the person who asked me may have a different belief in like what they try, because intention is important, but like how you actually show up is the biggest part of who you are. Um,
Right.
and so like I thought it was a healthy conversation, a healthy thing to think about. And I'm just like, well, I wonder how I show up in my relationships, because I know who I am, or who I think I am. But if my actions are not like, they don't reflect that to the people who I am around most of the time and that I claim to love, like, who am
Right.
I really?
yeah. So I'll take the brunt of it and I'll go first.
Segment.
No, I'll go first. And
Michelle, go
hold on.
ahead.
Sorry. To preface, you have to let the other person get their thought out first before you respond. Don't interject. So if you have a thought in the process of them talking, keep your thought to yourself until they're finished.
Okay, I have another preface
Okay.
because the first thing that came to my mind is like, do I really give a fuck about what these bitches think about me? Like,
That's the problem. You should. The fuck, we're not coming with no bias. Like, we not coming
but
saying like, you dirty, you fat funky fuck. Like,
no, but I feel like that being my first thought automatically had me like, oh no, you need it because this is just a defense mechanism. Like, you know,
that's a healthy thing to say though, because people on the other side that are watching this are probably going to say the same thing. Like, why do I care?
yeah. So
I'm also just somebody who like I think I care less now about how people think, but like I do care about people who I care about think about me.
Yeah.
right, yeah,
I care
yeah,
about the people that's closest to me that really kind of have a right to have an opinion.
right,
Those
Yeah,
people
exactly.
I care about.
right.
The others,
Fuck you.
Like,
okay.
Fuck them.
fuck. Okay, all right. So we're doing Teray first. Michelle, would you like to go?
Nah, I get in it.
You the one who even brought this to the chat. What the
All right.
hell?
I think
Everybody
I'll
can't be
go.
start.
Yeah, I'll go. So, Teray, I think that you are a control freak. I think a lot less than you were in the past. I think that you've been really open to like trying to figure out ways to take the back seat in certain situations that don't require you to be as hands on. And really I've seen you like reflect on how being a control freak like hasn't served you, but it may be a bit of like that eldest daughter thing where everything has to be a certain way and like you got to call the shots and nobody else can like say anything about this particular like whatever the topic is. But I have seen it change. I just know like that is when I think about if there was anything that is like Teray, it is control. Like she gotta manage. She gotta manage. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So for Teray, I will say the conflict avoidance, which of course comes with good intention, but it just goes to shit majority of the time because I feel like when you avoid conflict, it's not just like oh, turn the other cheek. It's just like completely just disassociate to avoid the conflict. The conflict is still there. So I get it cuz yeah. But and then the I'm right, you're wrong approach sometimes. Trey is very knowledgeable of a lot of things. And you ask her one question, the bitch is gonna go on a tangent and tell you everything about the topic and then be like, because that's just right. That's just like the only answer. And sometimes it could be, but that don't mean I want to hear that that's the only answer. Because in my mind, 2 plus 2 don't always equal 4. So it could really be the approach of the shared
Sorry.
knowledge. What?
2+2 is always 4, Sierra.
Not in my mind.
Oh my god.
Because
Okay, but what if it was a little bit more?
I feel like literally it could be like it could be 4.2. You know what I mean? Like it could be like 1 plus 1 is 2 plus 2. You know, like those long division type of. You get what I'm saying? Teray is very. This is the point, and this is the only way to get to the point. Where I'm like, I could kind of draw a circle to get to the point.
Mm.
You get the point. Anyway,
Yeah. I mean,
You're
those
like
are.
white, you gray.
Oh wait, were y'all
right.
finished before I respond?
Go ahead, respond, or
Okay, I just want to make sure that we were done. No, I feel like it's one of those things that isn't. These are not things that I haven't heard before. I think that in the past they probably would have really like hurt my feelings, but I feel like the more that I just like work on myself, it's like I know these things. And to Michelle's point, I've actively been trying to change it. I don't feel like I really kind of let go of even being a control freak for a millisecond until I broke my leg. Because that was the only
too.
moment in life that I really had to. everything else is kind of just like, I could if I wanted to, but I'm not, because people don't do things the way that I like it done. I'm very much like, if I tell you to clean the kitchen, I'm expecting the counter to be wiped, the floor to be swept, like a whole thing, not just like, oh, I put the dishes in the dishwasher. It's like, that's not right. I don't like that. You know, so it's more of a control thing, or not just allowing people to assist and help when they're capable of doing so. So I've tried to, a lot of it has just been a mixture of just being quiet and just being like, okay, however you get it done, just get it done. But now I think I'm just more comfortable in it, and it doesn't bother me as much anymore. And I think it was just kind of one of those things that was like by force. Because I don't think, had I not broken my leg, I don't know if I would have let that aspect go, or even been open to not having to be in so much control. But not being able to walk for 2.5 months will do that to you.
But like, okay, when you are in control, or when you seek to want to be in control, like, how does that make you feel? Like, does that make you happy? Does that make you feel like powerful? Because
No,
I can tell you, for me,
it stresses me the fuck out. It stresses me out to no end. But also, especially things where I feel like my name is on the line, I will be in control of those situations. I notice it's the same thing whether it's at home, it's the same thing at work. Like, I was overworked because I was choosing to do all of the work. I mean, granted, I work in client services, so your client is only going to associate anything good or bad with the person that they know. And if the person that they know is the lead of the team is me, if something goes right, if something goes wrong, most times when shit goes wrong, it's like, Teray, what the hell have you been doing? And I'm just like, I never want to like put something that's associated with me in the hands of other people.
Right.
So no matter what happens, if I have to work 60 hours and I have to do all of these different things, I will do so. Just because I don't want no negative shit associated with me.
My name, yeah.
But at the same time, I'm stressed out and I'm crying in the shower because of shit that I created. And not really, I don't think that I really had a mastery of being able to delegate tasks.
Because it's all on you.
From what I've learned is like the delegation of tasks, one, you have to know the strengths of other people. And then I'm like, okay, I'm only going to give the person that is strong enough to handle this. I'm going to give this task to you. And then the task for somebody else whose skill set isn't as good, I'm going to give this other one that doesn't really require much. It's like, it's not rocket scientist. I can teach a toddler how to do it. Here, I'm going to give that to you. It takes it off my plate, but somebody else is actively working on it.
Right.
So like professionally, I feel like it's helped me in management, just be able to manage people better, manage my time better. And at home, like personally, I feel like it's made life and relationships so much easier by just being like, okay, here you go. I'm not going to do it. You are capable of doing so. I'm going to allow you to be capable. And I feel like it's more of a relief, and I'll just be like a whole lot happier doing that. So I really be trying to let the control freak shit go. And I feel like I've been doing a good job.
Yeah.
Progress. Working on it. And then the other thing, what does here I say? Oh, my conflict avoidance. Now, for the people out there who don't know me, I am not a conflict avoidance that like I avoid all conflict.
Right.
I avoid the conflict that I deem stupid. To the point where even if I feel a certain way in a situation, there's some people who just aren't going to bite their tongue for nobody. No matter what, they are always going to have something to say. Me, I will fall on the sword, even if it's a situation where I'm not wrong. I will fall on the sword just to not have this conversation. Because some stuff I deem it is just like, if I deem it stupid or I personally really don't care about it, what are we talking about here? I'm like, cool, your feelings are valid. I'm walking away. I don't have time for this. Rather than expressing how I feel and also being receptive to how the other person's feels and just being agree to disagree. I can still not necessarily put too much unwarranted or unnecessary energy into something, but I don't have to let my feelings go unsaid.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of times that's just kind of default what I do is I just like, okay. Even though I might feel some type of way about it.
Be burning up on the inside.
Be burning up on the inside. And then my poor husband and his friends on the game got to hear me unleashing. I know they be sick of me because I'm going to come and interrupt the game so goddamn fast with the shit that I have to say on my brain. And I'm like, and you better pay attention.
Like, let me tell you about these fat, funky fucks.
Yes, like, what the fuck is going on here? No,
hold on. Sorry. Computer dying.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's why I just feel like I will avoid the hell out of some conflict. But if it's just like, but if it comes down to things where it's like blatant disrespect, no, we won't be tolerating that.
Yeah.
Though in those instances, I'm not backing down from no conflict from nobody. But emotional conflict, I'd be like, yeah, this I don't have time for this.
If it's gonna give you heart palpitations, you'd be like, peace.
If it honestly, if I feel like this is disrupting my peace, I'm out of here. I gotta bankhead bounce up out of here. I can't do it.
I don't think that that's wrong, but I do think that like I don't think it's fair to just take all the punches and not even throw one. You know what I'm saying?
I know. And we have those conversations all the time. It's just like, even like, I tell Sierra how something happened. She's like, well, what did you say? And I'm like, well, I didn't say anything. She's like, well, why the fuck didn't you say anything? And I'm just like, because I don't care. Like, I just like half the time, I don't want to have this conversation in general. So
sometimes you can protect your peace too much.
Yes.
Sometimes you're really not protecting your peace. You're adding to the fucking, you know.
And I'm trying to see things that way and just be like, look. But then oftentimes I feel like I'm always referred to as just being a bitch. So I just be like, okay.
So I have a cousin like you.
You got it.
And I think that I have learned to appreciate why she is like that. So she's always been the cousin that people go to for stuff or even just for advice. I find myself, sometimes I call her and I'd be like, hey, I got this idea. Can you like give me advice on what? And she's like in her 50s, but she's like thebomb.com. So she's my consultant. She is one of those people who, when the family got drama, she like, I talk to all of y'all. Keep me out of it. I don't want to hear nothing. So there was some family drama at some point that required her to actually like not take a side, but you should have something to say about this because it kind of like affects your dealings with people. Like it affects how we continue to do things as a family. And she avoided it. And on one end, I was like, I really get it, but it hurt my feelings the way she did it because I'm like, how could you just turn the cheek? How could you be like, I'm protecting my peace so much? Because to me, when you don't pick a side or you don't take a stand, you ultimately do. Like somebody ends up hurt in that situation. But like now we are some years removed from that. And I'm like, I kind of get it. You really cannot be bothered with certain people's shit. So I think in sometimes it's convenient, but then in others, it's like you kind of ruining you might be ruining relationships or situations that you don't know that you are. But I really I admire her for that because I do know that when you are, especially in big families like mine, like this grandmother, that grandmother, then her, like my grandmother has a bunch of siblings, who have a bunch of kids, who have a bunch of kids. Like, I got a lot of cousins. So to keep up with all of that, I can only imagine as like that person in the family that keeps everything together. I can only imagine like how stressful that gets. But at the same time, you really do need to like at two certain things, you need to be Ray Charles to the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think the problem is more so like finding that balance. And I think your balance is like, it makes sense, like things that require too much of the emotion, but it's like, okay, so then that sounds like you just tapping out when it comes to things that are stressful. And like, how is your conflict resolution if everything that's stressful, you kind of turn the cheek about?
Yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of look at it as just like, I definitely do disassociate from a lot of shit. Like, I could disassociate right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that is a learned behavior and just a learned response to
Mm-hmm.
any kind of drama or conflict. I can just, I'm here, but now I'm not. In my brain,
Mm-hmm.
baby, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue what you're talking about. I can do those things, but, and I think that it kind of forces what has taught me to be just kind of emotionally closed off to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, some things I kind of take the approach, if it just like severely crosses my boundaries, then I already know how I'm going to react. I'm done. I'm cool with that. But also, yeah, I can be done with the situation, but the other person should know why.
Right.
And I think for me, it's just what I'm trying to figure out is how to communicate exactly what I feel and also be done. Because sometimes I believe like there's no resolution. It just is what it is. And then we have to separate. Just because I'm communicating my feelings, I don't want it to be misled as, oh, well, we could work on these things and come back. No, no, no. We can't come back.
Mm-hmm.
It is cut and dry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is it. Like, you know how I feel. And I said my piece and now I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just trying to let myself be open emotionally and vulnerable, but also kind of like standing on business where necessary,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and not it just being like 100%. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to walk away
Yeah.
and you'll never see me again. So yeah, I'm trying. I try.
Listen, there's growth. Us even having this conversation is growth because shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that we're having this conversation.
Michelle, you're
Okay.
so aggy.
Who's next? Jump in. Let's go.
You know,
Oh, you're
what?
supposed
Yes.
to go first and now it's you.
Oh, okay.
You first.
Me first?
Yes.
For Michelle? Okay.
Oh, me? I thought you said C. Oh,
No,
okay.
you spoke up first, so now it's on you.
That's fine. I could take a punch too.
I would say for you, Michelle, you have a savior complex.
Mm.
You have a savior complex, and I feel like you have an extreme disregard for time. And not time to the point of like, oh, we're going to meet for lunch and you're like 15 minutes late. It just be like, Michelle, you know you're slow. Why did you start getting ready 30 minutes ago and we have to leave in 15 minutes? What are you doing? And it's just like, and sometimes I be like, I don't know if she's like conscious of it because she does it everywhere. Like when we went to Philly, Michelle was just leisurely just in the shower. She's on the phone. I'm like, yo, what is she doing? She's in the bathroom for 35 minutes. And I'm like, yo, our brunch reservations are in 35 minutes and we have to take an Uber to get there.
I love the toilet.
And I'm literally like, hello, do you want to get off the phone and shower? What are you doing? And it's just like the time of day. No, we have something to do. We got somewhere to be. Just like it don't register. I just feel like, okay. Michelle's that person you need to lie to. Tell her that it was 2 hours ago.
My God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she could be on time.
Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I'm a late person, but my late is like 10, 15 minutes
Yes,
late.
when we start getting into 30 plus minutes late,
Now that's just
now I'm
late.
aggravated. Now I'm aggravated. But I feel like that's a little thing. I think just you can explain how
It's a little thing, but like Michelle's
it
definitely the friend
it
on the
adds
trip
up.
that like, bro, get the fuck up now and get ready because we're gonna be literally every girl trip we've gone on between you and two other people who are not here to defend themselves, so I won't say their names. We are literally an hour plus late every time because fucking missing our reservations and shit.
Literally
But yeah.
missing an
So I
entire
guess I'll go
reservation.
next.
Oh wait,
Mine are.
my
Oh,
other
you have
one,
another one?
your
Oh,
savior complex. I feel like
oh.
outside of the lateness, I feel like your savior complex is going to be the death of you. Because sometimes it's just like I always tell you, like, believe who people say and show you who they are the first time they do it. And I feel like sometimes you just be like, I feel like you maybe it's a potential thing like you operate off of, not necessarily the potential that that person actually has within them, but potential that you put on them. And then when they fall short, now it's like you're upset, and it's like, but you put that on them. They told you they wasn't shit. And you was like, no, but I really think that you could be a good person. So I labeled you a good person. And then when you're not, I couldn't save you. I couldn't fix you.
That's a good way of putting it.
Now I'm done.
Okay, so now I'm done. Mic drop. Okay, I think ours kind of go together, but
We go
I
together.
think of it differently in my mind. So terrible communicator. Okay, in the sense of Michelle has a gift, the gift of gab. She has a way with words. So I don't want to say she's a horrible communicator in
An
general.
authoress.
An authoress by both the books. Anyway, so I think she's a bad communicator when it's a situation where she has to deliver some type of information that she doesn't know how the other person's going to react or feel. So she just doesn't communicate until you communicate to her first. And then it's like, why you didn't just communicate that to me? Because now I'm annoyed because you didn't communicate. If you would have just told me, I wouldn't have gave a damn. So that could also go with the whole savior complex thing too. I think it all goes together. And then what was the other one that I said? A lack of urgency, and that just goes with the time thing. Like Michelle is very much so in her own mind, in her own world, and in her own la la land. So it's like, oh, like Terry said, we have to be there in 30 minutes. Oh, I'm gonna lay here and put on 50 pounds of shea butter and then get ready. And it's like, bro, we have to go. Like, what are you doing?
I've never seen somebody put on so much lotion.
Like you literally, any more lotion, you're an oil slick. Like, bro, like you don't need to glisten that bad. Like, please, like I can't do it. So it's like Michelle can know she's late and be like, fuck it, I'm already late. You might as well take it up a notch. Like, girl, we have to get this done now. We have to go now. We have to call the Uber now. And she's just like, it's okay. And sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it's not okay. So that it's all the same thing essentially. You may speak.
Wow. So I want to address time first. I'm really working to get better at that because I realize that seems like it's like disrespect and it's a disregard for other people, and I never want to give that. And I think it only took me one time to miss something, and it was like, "Nah, we can't fit you fit you in today." And I was like, "Fuck!" I was looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm just trying to get better at that. In general, I think I do it for work too. Like I know that I have to be somewhere or be at work at 12, and I'll be leaving out at 11:40, giving myself no time. Like, honey, we don't have time to be playing like this. Like, you need to rush there. And also just like overall, I working from home, I have gotten like lazy in the past couple weeks, and I wake up at 8 knowing I got to be at my desk at 8:30, not leaving me any time to breathe. And it's like, honey, I don't know if you got to take vitamin D, but you need to get up at 6 o'clock or 6:30 or something like that, because you know that there are things that you want to get done that you can't get done any other time. So get it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely working on my time in general. And what else? What y'all said? Oh, my savior complex. Whoo, child. It's I think it's definitely impacting different times. I mean, different things. So my savior complex is impacting different parts of my life. It's impacting work because instead of walking away from things, I be like, oh, let me just stay here and thug it out. And I've convinced myself that I need to leave certain like opportunities and not just like employment. I need to leave it better than I found it. So I got to stick it out. Or, seeing the potential in something. So I'm going to stay down. I don't know when I became this ride or die bitch, but let it go. Like, it has to go. So I definitely agree. I don't have any tens across the board. Y'all are absolutely right. And I'm glad that, y'all brought that up because these are things that really do affect some other things that I've talked to y'all about, even like recently, that are impacting my life. So I ain't even want to try to disagree. Ain't no point. Who know you better than your friends? Like,
The Lord Himself. Well, I guess this is the point where I'm supposed to say, do me. So let me hold on. Let me
I'm
get my
not into
laptop.
women. Do me is
Wait.
crazy. Sierra, your previously recognized contrarianism, contra, yeah. In fact, we should rename this podcast "Controversy, Chaos, and Contrarianism" because Sierra, if there is anything that I could pluck at, it would be how you. Oh, it's always on the contrary. No, the fuck shit. And I am not somebody who believes that things are black and white. I think that there are gray areas too. But Sierra, you be getting into the pink, like the green, every other color, and it'd be like, no, Sierra, some things are just as simple as this. You like to see other people's side of you, but it'd be like you speak from like when you describe other people's side, their point of view, you speak from yourself. So as if you are shedding a light on certain things. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
Sierra, that's not relevant to what we're talking about or relevant to you right now. So why are we saying that? And I can't even think um I can't think of one specific thing, but I know this to be true. Like one day I'm gonna go through our episodes and be like, Sierra, you see right here, you have me fucked up because you really, huh? Yeah, prime example. 2 plus 2 is not 4. You really be trying to, and if we argued you down about that, you would be like, well, actually, sometimes if you do a little something different, or if I go, you said something about taking the circle and leading it back to the dot. You can't do that sometimes if you cross the line again. So stop. It's always another way for you. And like in life, I can see that that's beneficial because you want to see how other people think, and in conversation with people who may have differing opinions, it means that you're staying open-minded. But sometimes I'd be like, I want to pick up that hammer from whack-a-mole, be like, no, Sierra, that's not right. Like, that is not right.
Not whacking me.
Yes, the contrarianism, I'd be like, bro, no. 4.2 was crazy. That might have been the craziest shit ever. And you were 10 tones down. Like, no. Oh my goodness. I would like to add that we had because this is not the only place that we friends, so y'all don't be in our group chats. But I think that goes back to a previous conversation about like not requiring much. Like
Mm-hmm.
you should require more things from people, and being low maintenance is not a benefit from you because that's why we end up in conversations of like, why do people think like everything is so easy for me because of this, that, and the third? It's like, well,
Mhm.
if you continue to present and not expect the same from people and constantly let people just call on you when they need something, then your cup is going to go unfilled.
Yeah. I could talk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like, and not to be too dark, but like
Oh, it's about to
these
get
are,
cloudy in this bitch.
it's about to get real stormy in this hoe. I feel like, okay, all of the things you guys are saying is so true. Even like, I even relate to Trey in like the avoidance era too, because for me, it's like, I only avoid things with people that I care about because sometimes I don't know how to articulate how I feel. So it's either I'm going to blow up and it's going to be extreme, or I'm going to just shut the fuck up until I understand how to process and say what I need to say. And sometimes by time I do that, it's too late and the conversation might not be warranted. So it's just like, let me just avoid this because I know if I address it right now, we're going to fight. Like, even I don't know. Like it it's a thing. Like I will literally be like, okay, it's not that serious. Dismiss it and keep moving because I know if I say how I really feel about the said topic, I'm going to hurt your feelings bad. And I don't want to do that. But I think I agree with what you guys are saying. And I think it's because, not I think, I know that I'm this way with not requiring much from people because of the fact of like, in so many aspects of my life, anytime I've set any type of expectations for certain people, they've disappointed me. And I think to avoid that hurt or like that feeling of disappointment, I just say, all right, well, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and whatever they do is it is what it is, which is not a good thing. And I feel like even when I give somebody the bare minimum, and you still can't do that, at some point I have to sit down and be like, all right, well, this is it. Like the whole cutting people off thing, like I can cut people off, but it has to be like an explosive atomic bomb cut off. It's never just like a, oh, this person made me feel X, Y, and Z way. So it's a lot of like emotional avoidance. So yeah. But yeah, so I think it all just goes back to honestly childhood. And that's why I'm like so mindful of like how I am choosing to parent or show up for the kids in my life, because when you're an inconsistent figure in someone's life, you don't really, you might, but sometimes you don't really think about how that's going to affect them long term. And I think for me, having inconsistent people, adults specifically in my life, has allowed me to put up that wall, that emotional guard, that defense mechanism to just feel like, okay, well, if these were the people that were supposed to show up and they didn't show up, why would I believe that the people that I'm choosing, like friends or someone else who don't owe me anything, quote unquote, owe me anything, why should I feel like they're going to show up and not disappoint? So I think majority of those things for me are just defense mechanisms. And I know that I'm that way. I don't want to be that way, so I'm working on it. But yeah, y'all, that's yeah.
People do owe you things. Good friendship. People owe you like the courtesy. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that a lot of times we get so involved, like, oh, well, nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything. But at the same time, it's kind of just like, actually, you do. Because
Mm-hmm.
relationships are not a one-sided thing.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships are,
Yeah.
it takes multiple people it takes both people to really want to further a relationship or anything like that, even if it's not like a romantic thing, even if it's a friendship. Like you can't have long-term strong friendships and nobody owes each other anything. It's just like if
right.
you
Mm-hmm.
and me got into an argument, we would owe each other an explanation.
Right. Yeah.
And
That's
it's
true.
like the same thing. It's just like, no, I owe it to you to answer the phone if you call me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes just based on the strength of we have been friends for 10 years. So yeah, I do owe you certain things. I owe you a certain level of respect. I owe you a certain level of understanding. I owe you a certain level of respect. So all of those things,
Yeah.
like, yeah, actually people do owe you shit when y'all are in whatever kind of relationship with one another.
And I
Right.
And
think for me figuring
when one
out,
person, I figure, like, fails to hold up their end of the bargain, it's just like, then really what are we doing here? Am I your friend and
mm-hmm,
you're not my friend?
right.
Or is it just a means of convenience?
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. And then the other thing, what's the other thing? Oh, Michelle and my contrarianism. My parents have told me that my whole life, and I really don't have a good explanation for that one, other than my mind. I don't know, because I don't get it half the time. Because really, when I'm like on the contrary or just looking at another perspective, sometimes I don't even give a damn about what it even is. I think the curiosity of it and just being naturally nosy, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a good one for that one, sis. I don't know. But I do understand what you're saying, because I do think that sometimes, you know, even if it's a thought of, well, what about this? I don't always have to communicate the what about this. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
completely agree.
Mm-hmm. Michelle,
So,
what is you pushing up your glasses for?
Girl, I need a blunt after this conversation.
I know. It wasn't
No, I'm
that
thinking
bad.
like,
it wasn't that bad, but sometimes I think
no,
it's
it wasn't.
like,
It was good.
you
It's
gotta
good
hold up the
conversation.
mirror
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and realize, like,
Mhm.
how what you do directly affects somebody else. Or shit,
Yeah.
probably shit you didn't even think they considered or that affected them. You'd be like, oh shit, actually, like, you're bothered that I'm late. And then you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, well, maybe. Then it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, now that you know how other people view it and how other people view you, I think it's more of just taking like an opportunity to be like, okay, let me evaluate before I say this or before I
Mm-hmm.
choose to disassociate from this situation. What is there to gain or lose?
Mm-hmm. That's
Do
a good way of
I
putting it.
do I kind of gain the respect of people, or just being like, at least at the end of the day, you know where I stand? Whether
Mm-hmm.
right, wrong, for you or against you, you know exactly where I stand. You never have to question what Michelle's opinion is or what Sierra's opinion is or shit, what my opinion
Mm-hmm.
is. Like, I know that I'm going to get it.
Mhm.
And I just feel like
Yeah.
that's just part of like growing up, is you got to realize that everything doesn't just affect you. It affects everybody else around you, whether they voice it or if they don't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Smoked it.
Sipping selfie too,
Nope.
reflecting on the beauty of her.
What a
Yes,
time.
truly.
Oh my
Truly.
God. That
I'm
whole
glad
sip and selfie ride from Baltimore to Jersey, we almost died.
Girl, that shit was
I was thinking about that the other day. Is that bad? I be thinking about that. Like that is that. I feel like when I'm in a certain mode, like I don't remember a lot about that moment because I'm just like I'm in go mode, and I hate that sometimes because while I'm in charge of facilitating something, I still want to experience it. I don't know. Other people who
Mm-hmm.
facilitate things, they might say that's just the way it goes. But that is the only thing I remember about that day. Like obviously I remember like the main parts of the day, but like not in detail. But that I remember.
Mm-hmm.
just
Good times.
things we do for friends.
Hmm?
But I said the things we do for friends, and you just got to show up for your people.
I appreciate that.
Even if
Yeah.
a terrible New Jersey driver knocks your side mirror off while you're
Or
driving.
when you stop to get cash back, they hack your
And somebody
account
steals my card information. My
Wait, that happened?
290. Yes, we stopped at a rest
to both
stop
of us.
in. Yes, we
It
stopped at a
got
rest
both
stop
of us.
in Jersey, and we needed to get cash. So we went to the little PNC. At the actual bank ATM, it wasn't like, oh, we was getting cash back at something. We went to the PNC bank ATM.
And it was a highway stop.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The big
That's
ones
terrible.
on the big ones on the
On
side,
the
they usually have like the
turnpike.
Sunoco with all the yes, on the turnpike.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't remember that
Yes,
part. But
I would never
stupid.
forget checking my bank account, and there's a charge for $290 at CVS. I was just like, bitch,
that was
I
crazy.
only had that $200 and you stole it. Thank
took
God
my
I had
last.
actually got
The hackers need
like
to learn how to get into
thank
some
God I got
important shit.
cash. Well, I mean, it probably wouldn't have happened if I didn't get cash, but once they took my money, they took literally all the money I had. I only had that cash in my hand. That was it.
I'm
Sad.
sorry. All of that to be a friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this was a very important episode. And I know I say it all the time. We have pretty good episodes often. But it was important for the three of us to just kind of get on here and talk to each other and have real chats. And Michelle, what do you think? Well, what did you think about the conversation? I feel like it was enlightening just because these are always things that we know about ourselves, but it's different hearing it come from people of importance in your life, like Tori had said. So, yeah.
I think it's important. Like I said earlier, some of us, like, we think we're doing all the right things, or like not even that things are wrong, but things could be better. And it was also important to shed light on why sometimes we are not open and receptive to feedback from people, and figure out like why that is, like where does it come from. So hopefully the people who watch this have learned a little bit more about us, but also are gonna open up and have these conversations with the people that they love and care about, because it's important to see yourself outside of, your own reflection.
Yeah. Okay, well, with that being said, this was episode 31. Make sure you guys are following us on the socials, and we would love to know, how you guys felt about this episode, and honestly, any episode that you've listened to thus far. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
See you, man.